Grade 9, Chapter 2, The Sound of Music. Part 1, Evelyn Glennie. The title of the chapter is Under Sound of Music, Part 1. It is Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any one of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So from this introduction, you might have got the clue. Whom are we talking about and what she has faced and achieved in her life. Evelyn Glennie was born in Scotland on July 19, 1965. Her musical studies began on the piano at the age of 8, and after a year later, she began to lose her hearing around the age of 8, and by age of 12 she was profoundly deaf. It was at this age she became involved with the percussion section of her school orchestra. Evelyn Glennie is a renowned musician. She has achieved lot many awards in her lifetime. What she has faced in her childhood has not made her give up, and Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong when she was 8 years old. Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. As she was fond of playing the piano, she spent most of her time on the piano. One fine day, when her parents called her by her name, she did not respond, she did not move from her place, and suddenly her mother says that she realized that she hadn't heard. Isabel Glennie, her mother, got to know that Evelyn Glennie had some problem with her hearing. For quite a while Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers, but by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that her hearing was severely impaired, and as a result of gradual nerve damage, she would not be able to recover from that state of impairment. The doctor advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything suddenly looked black, said Evelyn. But Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. This is how she started playing xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes supported and spotted her potential. This is how she initially started with her music career. Ron Forbes began by tuning two large drums to different notes and made her listen through her ears. Suddenly, Evelyn realized that she could feel the higher drum from the waist up and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated this exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. And what she concluded was that I had learned to open my mind and body to sounds and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. After she achieved great recognition in the society, and as her work was appreciated and praised by all around the globe, she thinks that her sheer determination and hard work has led her to achieve something like this in her life. Since then, she never looked back. and she toured the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditions she attended the auditions for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. This is how gradually she moved from orchestral work to solo performances, and at the end of a 3-year course, she had captured most of the top awards. So by the time she completed her academic session in Royal Academy of Music, after 3 long years of her course, she captured most of the top awards. So we can say that she was really passionate about music and she never looked back in her life. And this is what made her achieve something in her life. It was indeed heroic achievement. And so she got right to the top, the world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instruments and hectic international schedule. So her life after that period was extraordinarily remarkable. Why is it so? Because she always dreamed to be a musician and she could achieve her dreams with great difficulty, and her passion was the driving force. It is intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. The people, her near and dear ones, and other percussionists and composers and musicians, those who worked with her, they feel that it was her strong desire and determination and effortless work that she thought of hearing has made her stand out in the crowd. In our 2 hour discussion, the narrator says that she never missed a word. She was so fluent in her speech that she never missed out a word while she was having a conversation with the narrator. The author here is Deborah Covley, and she shares her thoughts after interviewing Glennie. Not just watching the lips, she could also observe the facial expressions of the speaker, and flawlessly, with her Scottish lit, she used to deliver her speech. As for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. She is so passionate about it that she feels that her entire body can feel the vibration of the music, and it tingles in her skin, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing up the stick into her fingertips. By leaning against the drum, she can feel the resonances flowing into her body. And when she is working on the wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibration can pass through her bare feet and up her legs. So this is how, when she is working on the xylophone, she can feel the minutest vibrations from the device. And not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award, says master percussionist James Blade. According to James, God may have taken her hearing, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels. We as laymen can listen and hear, but according to James, Glennie is really blessed. Why is she blessed? Because she feels the music. She can hear and she can feel the music as deeply as no one else could. This is why she expresses music so beautifully. Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most people twice her age, and she has brought percussion to the front of the orchestra. So this is the story of Evelyn Glennie, how she has achieved what she always dreamt about, and how she has been a good musician and what made her so determined and strong that she never got afraid of the hardships and challenges that the life has thrown in front of her. As for music, she explains that it pours through every part of her body. So we can understand that she is really devoted to what she is doing, and she has really sacrificed her life on the basis of what she has learned. She has been devoted and she has been sacrificing everything for what she is passionate about, and this is how she is helping the youngsters by giving them inspiration. And she is seriously a source of inspiration for all, because being a specially able child, she is able to achieve something that even the normal children could ever find it easy to achieve. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. As she has been entertaining the world since long, we can say that she has been a great soul. Let us revise what we have just discussed. How old was Evelyn when she went to the Royal Academy of Music? Evelyn was 17 years old when she went to the Royal Academy of Music in London. When was her deafness first noticed, and when was it confirmed? Her deafness was first noticed when she was 8 years old, and it was confirmed when she was 11. Who helped her to continue with music, and what did he do and say? Percussionist Ron Forbes helped Evelyn to continue with music. He began by tuning two large drums to different. Grade 9, Chapter 2, The Sound of Music, Part 2. The Sound of Music, Part 2 includes the story of the music maestro Bismillah Khan. The Sahnai of Bismillah Khan. When we think of the Sahnai, and the first thing that you probably imagine is a wedding or a similar occasion or function. Next would probably be Bismillah Khan, the Sahnai maestro, playing the instrument. This is what he has been known for. He has created an everlasting impression in the minds of his audiences. He was born in the year 1961. On 21st March, Bismillah Khan was born to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baksh Khan, was the Sahnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court, and his father, Paigambar Baksh, and other paternal ancestors were also great Sahnai players. This is how he was acquainted with musical instruments, and this is how he started playing Sahnai. Now the story begins with Pungi, the musical instrument. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called Pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. As the sound of Pungi was not very pleasant, Aurangzeb banned the playing of the musical instrument in the royal residence. As we know that Chennai is an improvised version of Pungi. Bismillah Khan worked on this instrument and he came up with different ragas, and the sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. As he used to play Shehnai in the temples and on great occasions, it had become an auspicious instrument. Bismillah Khan, as a young boy, took to music early in his life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to the maternal uncle's house in Banaras, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Baksh to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Baksh was employed to play the Shehnai. And slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument. He would sit beside his uncle throughout the day and learn Shehnai. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, his uncle, Ustad Faiz Khan, patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." This was a source of inspiration for him. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Sahnai player on radio. This was not enough. He had many more to experience and achieve. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kaif from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Souvenirs means things given in memory of a place, person, or event. This is not all. He has also impressed many film directors like Vijay Bhatt and many more. And he has also participated and played Shehnai in many film festivals. Awards and recognitions came thick and fast to him. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him. And what was the name of that auditorium? Tahar Mosiki Ustad Bismillah Khan. National awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was also awarded India's highest civilian award, that is, the Bharat Ratna Award. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "All I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music." So this is what we learn about Bismillah Khan and his new ragas, which he played on his instrument Shehnai. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of rich cultural heritage of India. And so, I hope that you have come to know about the achievements of Bismillah Khan and how he has devoted his life to music. You can learn more about him by reading the chapter.